There will be snow in the air.
There will.
That is a given, okay? There is going to be snow. And let me take you one place where it's snowing hard
Definitely
right now.
a given up there.
That is the Bruno lift. Man, they're lined up ready to get a day in of fresh powder. I mean, it's not quite storm riding, but there's going to be some pretty good snow up in the Cascades today. All right, winter weather advisory across western Oregon and southwest Washington until 6 p.m. today. Here are the places where I don't have any questions. The Columbia River Gorge, the Columbia Basin, central and eastern Oregon. You are all snow today. You will see accumulating snow, and I'll show you how much in a second. The questions reside for a large chunk of western Oregon with this winter weather advisory. Let me show you why real quick. Here's the snowfall potential if everything, and I mean everything, worked out perfectly. We got high precipitation rates, we drop the temperature, and we get the snow sticking right away. There could be several inches of accumulation above 500 to 1,000 feet, certainly in the West Hills. And then the farther north you go, up the I-5 and Highway 30 corridor into Clark, Cowlitz, and Columbia County, right? You folks probably stand the best chance of snow. Same story out towards western Washington and Yamhill County. All right, now that we've said all that, take all of these amounts that you see on here, like this dark blue represents 3 to 6, I'd say cut it in half immediately. The reason why, the air at the surface is so dry that a lot of this precipitation is going to evaporate before it even gets down here, right? Here's the Wells Fargo sky camera right now as we look out over downtown Portland, and I've got the camera pointed to the south. To the north, we've got some breaks in the clouds, but to the south, you can't really see the Cascade foothills now. So for sure, we're seeing some virga, right, which is precipitation evaporating before it hits the ground. But we are likely starting to see some snow showers to the south of Portland. Our viewers have been calling in and sending reports on social media as well. I appreciate that. Okay, here's the problem in Portland if you want snow. It's 39 degrees. And here's what probably the naysayers are saying. Chris, why are you saying it's going to snow and it's 39 degrees? Here's why there's a chance. The dew point's 23, so we have this rule. It's a rule of 3 in meteorology to figure out the wet bulb temperature. Okay, so we subtract, we get 16 degrees, we divide that by 3. That gives us about 5 or 6. Subtract that from 39, and that gives you what the cooling capacity of the atmosphere is. If Portland slips to 32 or 33, suddenly we're in business. I don't think that's going to happen, but here's what would make it happen. If we get intense enough precipitation rates, that could be enough to drop the temperature several degrees in Portland. I don't think that happens, but in some cases, we don't need much of that evaporative cooling. Case in point, Scappoose is at 34. West Lynn's at 36, Happy Valley's at 34. You need far less evaporative cooling to get your temperature down to 32, and that's why this is such a tricky forecast, right? It's really location dependent. East of the Cascades, you're cold. There's no question you're going to see snow, and as we mentioned, several inches of snow out there. Here's a look at radar over the last couple of hours. It has filled in a little bit. It will likely fill in even more, and I want to show you a futurecast as our low pressure here dives towards the California coast. We're on the northern periphery of that, and futurecast does indicate that the precipitation reaching the ground will not only fill in, but get a little heavier as we head into the late morning and early afternoon. So we need heavier precipitation rates. Light snowflakes in 39-degree air in Portland are not going to cut it. We need some heavy showers to develop here. And if they do, we could see some accumulations from Portland. There's a lot of ifs there, and that's why I don't think Portland itself or Vancouver itself sees accumulation. But Washington County, portions of Columbia County, northern Clark, Cowlitz County, areas that don't need to cool nearly as much, you have a better chance of seeing accumulating snow. Have I done enough tap dancing there, Mr. Verdi?
I think you've explained it very well. It sounds like it really matters. Location, elevation, dew point,
and therein
lies,
it is snow forecasting in Portland. I think we did the Rod on the Job yesterday where he was out of the weather
toughest
service.
thing.
And what did they say?
It's the toughest thing to do.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, well, you're doing it well. And
hopefully we've done it well enough to, take the kids up to Columbia County, out into the hills, up to the mountains. It's snowing hard up there.
It's definitely snowing up there. All right, thank you, sir.